Good afternoon and welcome to Amore Bello. My name is Spiritual Medium Mary Rebecca. This is going to be a twin energy reading for today for the Divine Collective. I'll be using the chakra reading cards, the Moon Oracle cards, the angel therapy cards, a little bonus at the end. So I'll pull 5 cards for each messages from your divine counterpart. Okay. So those will come out at the end. I've already shuffled the cards and prayed over them to ask Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Haniel, Metatron to give us clear and concise. So what is the mirroring energy? You have to remember, as twin flames, we mirror each other. Sorry, my spot is getting a little enclosed here. The first card out, self-mastery. The second card out, psychic development. The third card out, the I am presence. Okay. So we have the solar plexus, the third eye, excuse me, and the crown chakra. Okay. So those are going to be the chakras that you're going to be kind of focusing on this week, helping you do some chakra meditations on each of these. Heart chakra, divine feminine. Base chakra, divine feminine. Divine masculine, cut your cords. And solar plexus. Okay. Nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon. North node moon. First quarter moon for the divine masculine. And full moon in Virgo. Okay, so and divine feminine, time to create. Patience. Divine masculine, divine timing. And think about it. Okay. And so the divine feminine side is going to get 5 cards, and those are messages from her divine masculine. And then the divine masculine is going to get 5 cards, and those are messages from his divine feminine. Okay. I'm just kind of going to push my stones over here a little bit. We'll flip these over at the end. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Okay. So let's see what the angels have for us today. What is the energy going to be this week? And, you know, how are you going to navigate through it? Okay. So that first card out was the solar plexus. Okay. So self-mastery. You can take a look on this channel. I have a list to balance your chakras, a playlist. You'll be able to find the solar plexus, the binary sounds for the meditation. You could play it at night. You can use it in the car. You can just kind of keep it on. The solar plexus is your I am. Okay. So let's think about this. Okay. So when we incarnated, we go through the veil of amnesia and the 7 veils of illusion of who we truly are. When you dissolve those veils, you become fully enlightened, right? To do this, you are called to take a mastery to take on mastery. Believe in the spiritual world, practice unconditional love, honor animals and in the nature kingdom, walk with the masters and the angels. See that all is connected and finally live as an enlightened being. Okay. So this is that self-mastery. This is where you make that conscious decision to only put out positivity and don't put out negativity. Okay. You're making that conscious decision to embrace who you divinely are. Okay. And this is, I'm seeing this happening across the collective. From those of you that are like you're practically right at the point where you're living your Christ consciousness, right? With your Christ consciousness. For those of, different parts of the ascension plane, right? For those of you that are just awakening, to those of you that are practically living your Christ consciousness, right? So we all have that sense of self-mastery. It's important not to say to yourself, she's at this point, I'm at that point, he's over here. This is not going to happen. It is going to happen. Okay. When you ever doubt your divinity, when you ever doubt your self-mastery of who you truly are, what your living truth is, when you doubt it, all I have to say is remember, Noah built an ark. Okay. In that respect, believe in what you are. You are a spiritual being having a human existence. We are here to learn love, to navigate the energy of the world in the most loving way that we possibly can. Okay? Because love, too, is a huge spectrum. It's from the most platonic to the most intimate. And then even the intimacy has different levels, right? So self-mastery is about balancing who you are and living your truth. And, you also have to remember, too, that, the ego has been so tight with all the old paradigms, right? That it's constantly living in a state of fear and vulnerability because of the unknown, because of the spiritual world, right? So ask your ego just to kind of take a back seat, unless someone's coming at me to threaten my physical being or my emotional being, right? My mental being. Just to kind of sit in the back and allow the love to flow. As you put love out, as you're mastering your chakras, right? Because when you're balanced, you're in that state of grace. And when you're in that state of grace, you're putting out that high vibration love, right? And then what happens is it comes back and it's times 10. So you see the cycle that you're creating. You're removing any blocks that you've had. Every day that we wake up, we're expanding the consciousness. Okay. Many people are still sleeping. They're just awakening. They're starting to realize they need to awaken, but they're like, I don't know how to do this. How is this going to happen for me? How is this all going to come together? Trust your journey. Okay. The self-mastery. Look within. Clear out anything. Ask Archangel Michael to protect you as you begin and clean out any of the attachments you have from this life. Ask Archangel Raphael to help heal. That's self-mastery. And yes, it's hard to, every day. But as we get into the house, we begin to realize that it feels nice to be in that state of self-mastery, right? There's no anxiety there. There's no depression there. It's nice to be in that spot. Okay. Third eye, psychic development. The third eye allows you to look within. It allows you to expand the consciousness of your crown chakra. Okay. It allows you to connect with people that have passed on, your guides, your angels, maybe grandparents, spirit guides, ascended masters. Okay. As we get higher and higher and higher, we raise our vibration through the third eye. We connect on a level that energetically, okay, to the different rays, vibrational rays. Okay. This will give you more clarity, your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, clairsentience, your intuition, that inner know. Either of you. Okay. And the crown chakra, the I am present. The veil of illusion, you're invited to remove your veils of illusions, so that you can become an enlightened master, right? So that I am presence. I am one with everything. We are energy. We're source. Okay. Divine feminine. Heart chakra. The answer you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. Base chakra. Choose only positive thoughts as to describe your home, career, finances, as your words determine your outcome. So putting out that positivity, right? Putting out that positivity so that you will get that positivity back times 10, right? And you're living from your heart chakra. You're living unconditional love for all beings, right? Whether you agree with someone's way of life or not, give them unconditional love. Okay. When someone has hurt you in the past, you're giving them unconditional love. Forgiveness is unconditional love. Okay. And when you do begin to forgive people, you start to realize that everyone is navigating on this journey in the same fashion. It's just unique to each one of us. So maybe there's something that you would do in your life that, maybe your sister or your brother just can't seem to get a handle on. It's who they are. It's a lesson they need to learn, not a lesson you need to learn. Right? So be kind. Don't pass judgment. Ask people if you can help them instead of saying, oh, how come you don't do this or you don't do that? Is there anything maybe they need? Because if they can't make their life whole, then is there a way that you can help them instead of passing judgment, right? Because now you're living from the heart chakra. You're not living from the ego, right? Which allows you to put out that positivity, to start to build that strong foundation, that strong root in positivity and love without judgment, so that you can accept people for who they are. Okay. And who we are in relationship to how we are navigating our own energy, how they're navigating their own energy in this lifetime, in this realm. Okay, Earth is the most complicated plane there is, and it's the most difficult. And we are the ones that we chose to come here. Okay, we chose to come to live, to learn this self-mastery. And learn to live through our heart chakra, not through our ego. Okay, because their ego is fear-based. It's caused by vulnerability. Yes, sometimes we need the ego. Okay, go. You got to do this, you got to do, yes, it has a place. However, we have allowed it. It is over generationally, the old paradigm. We allowed ourselves to live in a place of fear. Okay? Because of the unknown. And why? Because of the unknown. Right? Now we're connected technologically, through computers and things like that. And we have learned as a collective, as humanity, that people are people. And we are all here to love, to get this self-mastery, no matter where you live. Okay? And who is the ultimate master? Who is the only one who has come before us? It's Jesus. Okay? Jesus is the master of self-mastery. He even forgave everyone who put him to death. Okay? Divine Masculine. Cut your cords. Ask Archangel attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. So, Divine Masculine, there are ways that you have to this person, and you didn't go close to that person, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or, your first marriage didn't work out, or this didn't work out, or whatever the case may be. Whatever that place of fear and vulnerability, you have to cut the attachment. Ask Archangel Michael to just slice the attachment. It doesn't mean that you won't remember the traumatic event. It means that you won't have a physical attachment to it in your heart chakra. Okay? You have to remember, you have come through every single relationship in this life. Every person in your life is not a coincidence. They're there for a reason. They're either a blessing or a lesson. Approach into self-mastery, right? You have to cut those cords. Cut the cords of any attachments that you have, or any attachments that people have towards you. Forgive people who have hurt you, and forgive yourself. Okay, some of the Divine Masculines are in situations right now, they're in karmic situations that are going to end. Some of them are going to end sadly. It's going to hurt. But you both know, you and the karmic both know that you aren't living your truth of who you are. Okay? Some Divine Masculines lead to let that karmic situation go because they're afraid to know who they truly are. But they have to. All right? It's time. Solar Plexus. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. So it is safe for you to go forward, all right? If there's some of you that are out there wondering, if I go forward, is the Divine Feminine going to come with me? Is she going to, come towards me? Or is she going to say yes to my advances? Yes. Yep, she will. Okay. So, begin to remove that negativity, the negative attachments. Remove any of whatever is holding you back concerning past relationships, right? Your Divine Feminine is not that person. And if she was that person and you're going back to her, she's not that person anymore. Okay? Because of what? Self-mastery to the Christ consciousness. All right. Psychic development. The third eye, right? What are you expanding that consciousness, okay? Nothing will come of this situation. Step out of your comfort zone. So, Divine Feminine, if you don't step out of your comfort zone, nothing is going to come out of this situation. Okay? There are many of the Divine Feminine that are kind of like on the fence about the work that they're going to do or how they're going to deliver that work to humanity. And now we have this pandemic happening, so everything's kind of on hold and a standstill. And, and that's okay. But how are you going to get your message out there that you need to get out to your humanity? Is there a way to go online and communicate that way? Right? Either Zoom or YouTube or whatever. On Facebook, chat groups, things like that. How are you getting your message across? And it is time to step out of your comfort zone. You are profoundly clairvoyant. Profoundly. The more you do it, the stronger you will get. So nothing is going to come of this situation if you don't move forward. You can't just put your feet in the sand and say, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. This is all. Calm the ego. Don't let the ego talk you out of it. Okay? Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine. Your commitment is being tested. You are beginning to realize that, you're not, maybe you're at home in a situation and he is just realizing that, the person that I'm with is not the person that I want to die with, or the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, or how can I remain in this relationship when it's so superficial? There's no depth to it, right? So, is it with your twin flame or is it with your karmic partner? Because as you begin to awaken, you're going to realize who your twin flame truly is by who energetically is drawn to you. Okay? And as far as moving forward, you are good enough. Your Divine Feminine is exactly everything you need, and you are everything she needs. So you are more than enough, right? Divine Feminine, it's time to create. Some of you have been kind of, not on a better, but just really looking within, taking time to heal yourself. A lot of us are really doing that deep healing right now. There is going to be a huge shift in this next month. And we have the 4/4 portal coming in. I'm going to do a piece on that in a little bit. And, it's time to create. We are all home now. So some of you need to start writing books. Some of you are making decisions to become Reiki masters and shamans and to really get in touch with what your calling is and why you are here. Okay. So how are you going to get that message across? And just have patience. Have patience with yourself. Have patience with the journey. Most of all, have patience with your Divine Masculine. Okay. You have to remember, too, he is of the matrix of the world. Okay. So the matrix of the world is kind of like, a way to... The matrix of the world is how everything gets compartmentalized, right? So he's of the matrix. So this spiritual stuff is going to take a little bit longer. Most of the Divine Masculines are really wound up in that old paradigm. And honestly, time is an illusion. Okay. So just remember that. Okay. So just try to have patience. Be kind to yourself. Create what you're calling. Meditate. If you don't know what your calling is, how, all of this is going to kind of come into place, meditate. Ask Archangel to your mind, write them down afterwards when you're done. What did I think about? How did I, get all this going and happening, right? How am I going to do all this? What am I going to call it? What am I, how are things going to manifest? Okay. So just have patience, especially this week, because we have some planetary movement going on this week. And it's give us this jump today, but then tomorrow through the rest of the week, it's just going to kind of be stagnant. Like there's not going to be movement. So you're just going to want to look within. Okay. Look within, make your step out of your comfort zone. How are you going to step out of your comfort zone? Okay. Divine masculine. The I am presence. Who are you? Right? Divine timing. Everything happens in divine timing. You know this. Okay. And we know that you're in situations where, now we have the COVID-19 and, is this a time to be, moving around, things like that? No, just don't worry about that. Divine timing. Everything is going to happen in the order in which it needs to. You and your divine feminine right now are at a very good place. For those of you that are in partial contact, you're at a very good place. Okay. She's awakening to her calling. She's awakening and living her truth. You're beginning to awaken and living your truth, and you're thinking about it. You're thinking about who you are, right? During this time when you're in isolation with your karmic meet in life, right? And where do you need to go? And how are you going to do that with your divine feminine? Okay. So just remember, it's all about divine timing, and really think about that I am presence for yourself. Okay. But as you're awakening, the divine masculines are awakening. So as they're awakening, they're going, I'm noticing a lot of the Capricorns are at this third wave. It probably has something to do with the signs, but I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Energetically, what their sign has come up against, right? Because it's men and women alike. All right. They're just awakening to this, and everything just kind of keeps seeming like a little surreal and excuse me. And how are they navigating the energy of the earth and the energy of their life, right? But collectively wide, people are awakening. Okay. People are awakening. People are on different the different waves. There's people that are getting rid of their shadow selves. There's a shift that is happening. Okay. You're pulling up all that deep, dark negativity, asking Archangel Michael to cut any cords that you have, and then asking and get rid of it, right? Put it out into the universe from your auric field. Clear it from your spiritual being, right? And then you ask Archangel Raphael to come in and help you heal. Okay. All while Jesus is with self-mastery. So feel how divinely protected and guided you are. Okay. Has a lot to do with that release and surrender as well, right? When you release any type of control on this situation, you're surrendering to the journey. You're allowed to live in not being, you're not expecting, right? You're just receiving. Okay. All right, let's see what our counterparts have for us. Make sure I'm on the right side. Okay. All right, so messages from the divine masculine to his divine feminine. Inner child wounds. Yep. Totally. Some of the divine masculines have not dealt with these inner child wounds at all. Some are slowly but surely. Some have been doing it for the last 10 or 15 years. And they're beginning to realize that the things that happen to them really are an illusion. Okay? Any bad thing that happened to you is a reflection of the person that caused you trauma. Okay? It doesn't dictate who you are, how you feel inside. Because it's their action, it's not yours. So when you ask Archangel Michael to help you clear and cut and clear that attachment, and you're asking Archangel Raphael to come and help you heal, and then with Jesus' love, you're forgiving. Forgive them. Right? Because like I said, Jesus was ultimately forgave people for killing him. Right? So we all have those we all have that inner child wounds. Some of us more than others. So it's time to release. Bring up any pain or negativity. And, as we're isolating here, especially in the United States or around the world, as we're isolating, allow yourself to clear those inner child wounds. Allow yourself to, and you just bring up the memory. You acknowledge that it happened. You acknowledge that it's a reflection of whoever, was the one that caused you that trauma. And then you ask Archangel Michael to cut the attachment. And then you ask Archangel Raphael to help you heal any holes in your aura, your soul. Okay? When you do that, what happens is not that you're going to forget it and you'll never think of it again. No. What it means is that you won't have that attachment, that physical attachment. Your heart chakra won't be closed. When you have a physical attachment to one of your chakras, your heart, your ego automatically is like, whoa, hold the phone. You're this, you're that. All of a sudden it becomes mode, right? Fight or flight. Send him light and love right now. He's healing those inner child wounds. Okay? There's some of you that are already living together. Maybe one of you is already awakened and, your divine is just kind of like lingering about it and really not taking the plunge to awakening. Send him love. Send him light. When you hold his hand or when you touch him, ask the angels to help you. Help him awaken. Okay? Because you have to remember there's scenarios all across the collective. There's all kinds of scenarios. Okay? Partial separation, partial physical separation, but union energetically. Physical union, but partial energetic separation, right? So, all the patience comes in, ladies. All the patience. Appearances are deceiving. So for those that are in a situation where your flame is with a karmic and you're like, oh, they must be having a great time. No. Appearances are deceiving. Sexual frustration. I didn't mean to. There's triggers and towers everywhere. Okay. Messages from the divine feminine to the divine masculine. Yep. Sounds Sexual frustration. She feels it. You feel that there is a connection, not only energetically but physically, that's void right now, that needs to be fulfilled. Can't stop thinking about you 24/7. From the time she gets up to the time she goes. And then for the people that dream, that's always a scenario too. His connection is so intense. Yeah. Like nothing ever before. We are marrying. Those of you that you're twin flame, you're both with karmic partners, you're mirroring. Things aren't going well with you. They're not going well with her. Things aren't going, vice versa. Okay. You're both making these decisions, and the decision to be together in union, because that's where the powerful energetic, you're being drawn energetically. Okay. I'm obsessed with you. Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, that is the reading for today, everyone. I wish you all love and light on your journey. I hope everyone stays well and through this pandemic. Look within, love yourself, send loving light to him. Even energetically, if people are communicating telepathically, don't spend that time being angry. Send love. Because what happens is your divine masculine then begins to send you that love. He's feeling that love that you're sending, that you're radiating out, right? Because he ultimately picks up on your energetic blueprint. Okay? So send love. All right. I wish you all love and light. Until the next time, namaste.